We are continuing on with Black Summer Season 2. Now you might be asking, Ronnie, you're reviewing Episode 4. So why does this say Episode 2, or I'm sorry, why does this say Season 2, Episode 1 on the screen right here? Well, I'm going to tell you. Because Episode 4 begins with them waking up and they got knocked out, movie knocked out, TV show knocked out, and they're in the snow. And when you're first watching it, see, I was going back. I watched it once, and then I go back to just recap it for the review, just to skim through and make sure I'm discussing everything, kind of like what we're doing here. We're gonna skim through the episode, anyhow. So I'm watching Episode 4, and I'm all discombobulated because their editing style is all over the place. It's coked out. I'm convinced they filmed it as an experiment, chopped it up, and randomly selected what goes where. With some degree of an idea of how the story's going to unfold. Anyhow, so they wake up in Episode 4 in the very beginning. They wake up out of the snow. And it's like, man, what? What's going on here? Well, if you remember back to Episode 1, they had a shootout in the snow in the woods. And they're looking for a house or some shit like that. House, a plane. I still don't know why people are looking for these things, but they're looking. Anyhow. So they wake up in the snow. Well, if you go back to Episode 1, this is how they ended up in the snow. They had a shootout with another group. They ran. The two groups parted ways. They didn't kill each other. There's still two whole groups left. A few people got killed, but they went their own way, and the sniper mother did this. Oh, wait. Before that, she shot them, and they fell off their snowmobiles, and they got movie knocked out. Bam! It was like the snowmobile was coming at my face. I had to duck. They got cutscene unconscious, or whatever you call it. So, boom. So that's Episode 1 halfway through. So you're watching Episode 1, and these people get knocked out off a snowmobile. And then you go to Episode 4, and it begins with them waking up. So you got a lot in the middle that's just all over the place. So they go ahead, wake up, everyone okay, whoop-de-whoop. They're going to continue on to this house. It seems like a lot of people on that snowmobile. There was like two people on the snowmobile, and they had like a sled on the back. But this seems like a lot more people than there should be. But don't worry about that. Anyhow, so this is the house. And you're going to have to, if you were watching a little more intently, you're going to have to help me out here with why they give a shit about this house. I even skimmed back through the second time, just kind of looking, what's the big deal with this house? I still don't know. I don't know why this house, of all the houses, there's houses in the background. I mean, we could see there's other houses. It's not like the only house to get warm. And they don't even stay there. Spoiler alert, they have this shootout, and they just kind of leave. They just kind of walk away. Is there a scene we can get of them just walking off? Yeah, here it is. They go through all this trouble to get the house, and then look, this is them once they get the house. What? What are we doing here? Anyhow, I'm sure you guys in the comment box will catch me up and let me know what the f is going on. Anyhow. That was not the scene I thought it was. Where are we at? All right, so we have the mother and daughter are in the house, and they're going to protect this house, or at least try to survive. And then the group on the outside is the same group that was in the woods in Episode 1. And I don't even know if we've seen them a little bit in Episode 2 or 3. I would imagine kind of. So she sends her daughter upstairs, and it's essentially, I was just thinking about it a second, this is essentially an action-packed episode. But what catches me off guard, I just thought about this, the whole episode is action-packed. That's it. That's essentially an all-action episode. But what threw me for a loop, and it just hit me, I don't care about the house. I barely care about the people in the house. Sure, is it cool to have action? Like, shit happens. Yeah, the guy fights a zombie. I mean, it was kind of cool, but You don't care about any of these characters. Hell, you don't even know most of these characters. Like, what's that saying? My point here, case in point, that's what I'm saying. So she's basically watching these people surround the house, and then bullets fly into the house. This guy gets all shot up. I do like the fact that she grabs him and she just chucks him down the steps. Now that's important because that's what causes the next bit of chaos that kicks off, where we see it now from the other group's perspective. Again, we're jumping around in time where the house siege is going on, and the other group that is still alive that got in a fight with the other group in the woods in 2 episodes ago, they go to sneak into this house. We watch this guy for like 5 minutes go to sneak in, and then I thought we watched him the whole time, I'll be honest, the first time I saw it, because when we go into the house, it actually quickly shifts over to another character. So we follow this other character for 5 minutes. He goes into the house. He fights the guy that the sniper mom threw down the steps. He turned now, so he's a zombie, and he fights him, and he's getting bitten up, and it's brutal, right? I mean, and again, that's what I mean. It's cool, it's action, it's brutal, it's However, you don't care about this guy. We don't even know this guy. We just got introduced to this guy. I don't even think he was even in a scene in episode 1. He's a nobody. So he's a random. We follow this random into a house. He gets bit now and he's about to shoot himself. And then we cut to another group of they consistently do this where they show us some people, shit happens, the people die. And it's like, what was the point of that? Instead of following some people and really fleshing them out. Like, he just gets bit. He finds his gun. And that's another thing that happens far too often in this show, where one zombie will run at people, and they just give up. They're like, oh my God, it's a zombie. And he ends up dropping his gun on the shelf. Somehow he gets knocked into the shelf. So he doesn't even have the gun. So it's kind of like a brutal fight. But again, none of it matters because we don't care about the guy. The shaky cam's all over the place, so you can barely even see some of the fighting. It's just crazy. Like, here's some of the fighting, for example. Like, this zombie comes at him. Skip 10 seconds. That's you see like a fist. You got blurry clothes. You hear a crunch. Like, that's the fighting. Oh, we actually see some fist action. Yeah, it's just, again, I like the brutality, I think, but everything else, it doesn't matter. So these guys make an entry into the house. We get some more weird angles where we follow the people and they're shooting at other enemies, but they don't film it in a way that lets us know where the enemies are located, how many are there. I don't know. It doesn't have a clean feel to it. And it's clearly done on purpose, but what zaps the fun out of it is you're really just following actors pretending, like, clear this corner, clear that corner, instead of seeing additional threats and seeing how those threats are neutralized. It's just a bunch of them going around corners killing people. Except for when they go around corners hunting the main character, they always get to the end of the wall. And we do this all the time in this show where someone's hiding and then they get to the end of the wall and something happens and they leave. I think they even do it in this episode multiple times. And they have this theme where she's still prisoner. There's actually some, again, it's decent fighting for action where, brutal zombie stuff where things happen, but you don't know the characters, you don't care about the characters. So there's some cool stuff in here where people that's just interested in some cool shots outside of the shaky shots or the blurry film style that they have. You're gonna find some stuff that you like. I get it. Now, this goes back in time again to the siege. I think this is the second or third time oh, look it, someone's hiding behind a wall. They're clearing the wall. Every other time they clear, they kill the enemy. But when it's the mother, Someone's coming up the steps and he's like, oh no, I can't take it anymore. That shit. If someone's hiding behind a wall one more time, I'm going to snap. I will legitimately snap. However, there is a bit to be said for some of the tension having people on your ass and the people being outnumbered. So I don't want to just, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to just breeze right beyond that and not bring it up. So there is a little bit of a cool element to it. However, they do get found out, and at the end of the day, the people just don't shoot them. So it does kind of zap some of the tension out of it, because these guys got him at gunpoint. And the whole time, it was like, they're entering the house, they're going to kill us, they're entering the house, they're going to kill us. And they finally get to them, and they're like, oh, we hear a plane. Yeah, we don't care about you. All of a sudden, we just don't care about you. And I was a little bit annoyed with the overreaction here. This guy's the guy that was hiding in the house the whole time. He's like, don't shoot, don't do, yada, yada, yada. And she's just nonstop trying to load this gun. She just looks like an absolute moron. Look at her. She's jerking the gun off, like giving it a happy ending. And she just won't stop. And he's clearly like, listen, I'm not going to hurt you. It's like, bro, calm down. Calm down. Anyhow, she has no chill. Her and her daughter. So that's pretty much it. All the action for the house. I still don't know why people wanted the house. I still don't know what the purpose of the house was. I'll admit it. Maybe I missed it. But I have no idea what's going on with the house. All I know, it was an action episode that I don't care about, because I don't care about any of the characters whatsoever. I am hearing a lot of positive comments from people watching the show. I do feel like the majority of people that are going to seek or watch and click on a Black Summer review, 9 times out of 10, they're probably going to like it. So they're going just to check it out, or they have some level of interest, I should say. So I'm not really surprised by that, but I will say, just be warned, I'm not loving it. If, to be honest, I would have stopped. I'm on the next episode in my watching, and I would have stopped. No, I'm on the Lodge. I'm on episode 7, and there's 8 episodes. Episode 7. I would have probably stopped after this episode. Episode 7 is one where I'm at my breaking point. The one character's walking around an empty building for, it feels like 20 minutes now, and I am losing my mind. It feels like they're going for like a really creepy vibe, like there's a door shutting. Ooh, there's sounds. Ooh, did somebody sneak in? But I don't care, because they're taking so long to film them walking up and down this house, and it's the second to last episode of the season, and I just want something to happen already. Anyhow, so for episode 4, please help me out in the comment box below. What was the point of the house? Because nothing happens when they get to the house. They automatically leave. So what was the point of sieging the house, getting to the house, going to the house? I don't understand the point to any of that. Unless the point was the people that were there originally that had communication with the pilot. Was that it? Because if that was it, how do these people know any of that? Anyway, I don't know. You guys can help me down below to solve this mystery. What the fuck the point of the house was. Because once you take that out, unless there's a good point, it really makes this episode look like a waste of time. Sure, action pops off. If you like it, leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment box below. I'd have to rate this episode, although it was action-filled, it's not that good, in my opinion. Especially since, even if it's action-filled, the way they film it, oftentimes you don't see a lot of the fights. You don't see a lot of the other characters when they're even in gun battles. You see it from this, they're going for these one takes where you're following a guy and he's just like bang, 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 bang. And it's like, I don't know, you're just watching clips on Instagram of someone practicing the dry fire. You get the same enjoyment out of that because you can't tell, are they shooting? Are more bad guys coming? Are these bad guys, were they lying in wait like an ambush? You don't know any of that. Anyhow, thoughts and opinions down below. I'm done talking. It's your turn.